Well, Nigeria stands to gain a whole lot. First of all, it gives us a chance to have our voice heard, as I mentioned earlier, as the giant of Africa. That's one. Two, well, hopefully it's not going to be a talk shop, like some have said it might be. It's going to be a chance for Nigeria and the Nigerian government to network and to air the issues that have been affecting Nigeria, from insecurity across the Sahel region, to investment and trade across Africa, and of course across the global West, to partnerships that Nigeria can possibly foster. We do know that the president himself, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been doing quite a lot of traveling in the last few months, visiting countries like Brazil, France, and other parts of the world, trying to foster relationships and strengthen these relationships. So definitely, Nigeria's presence here will definitely, or should I put it that way, mark some huge significance. Remember, again, it's the 80th anniversary, so to speak, of the United Nations General Assembly. So there's so much to leverage on, and there's so much to expect. But besides just Nigeria, as you know, just before we leave this conversation, there are other countries who also will be speaking here, and some of the challenges that these countries are being faced by are the things that they would like to speak about. Now, just before we came live, I was speaking to a certain journalist from Afghanistan. For those who have been following global politics, you do know the challenges that Afghanistan has been facing with the Taliban taking charge of Afghanistan. And there's a lady here who's a journalist from Afghanistan who has agreed to join us live on camera to speak about her expectations from this year's UN General Assembly. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I'm so sorry that waiting for my friend. Anyway, thank you so much for having me. My name is Nazira Karimi. I'm Afghan journalist.
Okay, thank you. Nazim, you said?
Nazira, N-A-Z-I-R-A.
Okay, thank you, Nazira. Now, I was just mentioning live on camera that different countries will be having their representatives here to speak at the UN General Assembly. Will Afghanistan be having any representatives here? Do you know that?
Well, unfortunately, from Afghanistan, no, because Taliban has a control all over in Afghanistan, and no country recognizes them officially. But we have somebody by the name, his name is Nasir Fayeki, representing Afghanistan so far, but no delegation. I haven't seen any.
Okay, and very quickly, since the Taliban took over Afghanistan, what are some of the challenges that the people of Afghanistan have been facing that you would hope will be discussed on the floor of the United Nations General Assembly?
Yes, I don't have this authority, but as a journalist, I am one of Afghan suffered women. I have to raise my voice for suffered women. I try to raise their voice. Unfortunately, I'm not in that position to discuss, but I can ask questions from you, from him, from her, that solve Afghanistan problem. Women's situation is very critical in Afghanistan. In this 21st century, women does not, as a right, not allowed to go to school. They have a lot of difficulty, although Taliban, they claim that they bring security, but I'm concerned about women's situation and women's rights. Just I ask questions from everybody, but I wish I was in that position to ask, to fight. As a journalist, I can fight.
Are you hoping for anything to come out from this that can help the Afghanistan women?
God. I trust God. But yes, everybody can do, but United States has a big rule, high rule, but I don't know why they're quiet. U.S. also has an authority because they brought Taliban, United States, helped them. But I really don't know why the Taliban doesn't want women, to use their rights. That's why it's a big question mark. It's very complicated. Nobody can solve except God. But anyway, as a journalist like you, I go to ask questions from everybody. What is the solution? I hope one day Afghan women, take back their rights.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, Martino, that's just one of the many people who are attending the UN General Assembly here. She's a journalist from Afghanistan, hoping that some conversations will be had here that will set the Afghan women particularly free from the hands of the Taliban. There are Africans, there are Europeans, there's so many things that will be discussed here in the next 4 or 5 days, and we definitely do hope that we'll be able to bring you the best of some of these conversations from the floor of the United Nations General Assembly.
Okay, well, Bernard, thank you very much, and very interesting conversation there with Nizarte, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I got her name right. We'll continue to come to you from time to time for more information. Thank you.